If you're looking to create, grow, and sustain your wealth, download and subscribe to the Pain Points of Wealth podcast at BeBullish.com with Bob, Ryan, and Chris Payne. It's your podcast for market insights, money tips, and real talk on the economy. Download and subscribe at BeBullish.com.
Sunday morning. So many things are happening in our city. With us today is my good friend Bart Schwartz. He's the founder and chairman of Guidepost Solutions. And what does Guidepost Solutions do? They provide compliance and investigative services. He was also the chief of the criminal division of the United States Attorney's Office in the Southern District. And when there was a problem with the New York City Housing Authority, called NYCHA, the United States Attorney's Office, run by Mr. Berman, appointed, Bart Schwartz to oversee it and to see what the problems are. Well, Bart Schwartz, you're on first base right now. What happened?
Thank you, John. Well, there were so many problems at NYCHA, and NYCHA was not facing them, that finally the city, NYCHA, the federal government, all agreed in a very lengthy document of the goals that NYCHA had to achieve, the problems that it had to face, and the things that it had to do. And it was my job to oversee their compliance with that agreement. I was not a receiver; I was a monitor. So I had a limited authority, but I had a lot of authority when it came to what was in the agreement.
And what were you? I understand. What were the findings? I mean, how many NYCHA apartments are there in New York?
John, it's enormous. Although that's often used as an excuse, and it shouldn't be. But it's approximately, as best people can tell, it's approximately 500,000 people, about 175,000 apartments. There were 2,300 buildings with people living in them, and over 300 developments or campuses. So it's really, on its own, it's one of the largest cities in the country.
That is a lot. That is a lot of people. And I remember me and you discussing it just one day, and the problems with that, empty apartments or people that are not paying rent, et cetera, et cetera. What were your biggest apartments that you were facing? Security, people feeling safe walking around.
John, there were many serious problems there. I would say, though, the one I put at the top of my list is lead poisoning of children.
Lead poisoning of children in the NYCHA buildings? Oh, my
yes.
God.
And John, children under 6 who are poisoned by lead and their brains are damaged, there's no way to reverse that. So day in and day out, I told my team and reminded them that that is the most important thing to be doing. We can't waste any days. But there were many other problems there. The culture was terrible. The employees, even management, for them failure was always an option, not the reverse. And so when they failed, there were no consequences. So they kept failing. There was a lack of discipline. They didn't use modern methods to deal with the cleaning and with the maintaining of the capital aspects of the buildings. They didn't have a code of conduct. They didn't pay any attention to ethics. It may sound a little soft, but the fact is, when you can influence a culture at an organization so that they have values-based ethics, you can solve a lot of problems. There are two kinds of compliance. There's values-based compliance, and then there is organizational compliance, where that's rules made by people. But the basic compliance is values-based. And if you can get people to understand what the values are and to have the right values, it could influence the entire operation. And we spent a lot of time on that. And we despite all of the problems there, we made some very effective improvements at NYCHA. Not only through the work that we did, but the experts we brought in to teach NYCHA how to use the best methodology that the private sector was using.
Now, I understand that we have a new mayor in town, and everybody wants to give him a chance to do the right thing by everybody. And he wants more affordable housing. If you were to be able to advise him, what would you say to him? The mistakes of NYCHA versus the future affordable housing.
Well, John, I would say the biggest thing would be that the failure to recognize that even if you have the structures, you must maintain them. It's not just that the apartment is available. It's that the building is maintained, that there's training, that there are inspections, that you limit and try to eliminate corruption. There's a lot that has to be done. It's not simply saying that there's an apartment or there's a building and putting people in it. You've got to make sure that building is maintained and that the people who are responsible for maintaining it are properly trained.
Well, Bart Schwartz, thank you so much for the update, and let's continue to talk about it because the people in affordable housing deserve better, but the citizens of city of New York and the United States deserve better too. But let's figure it out. And I also must commend you. You're doing a great job as the president of the Police Athletic League, and thank you for on behalf of the kids. Thank you for all your help and for those kids. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John. It's a pleasure. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Rural Americans deserve access to the best of what our nation has to offer, especially health care. Across every state and every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families healthy. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return,
but I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do?
My refund, though.
I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.